We all know that a business needs a website in order to function in whatever industry it is part of. If we can use the analogy of competing in a race, it is like earning a place to compete against others. But competing in a race isn't the same as winning the race. If you are slow and do nothing to increase your speed, not only are you running the risk of coming last, you are also ensuring that you will never come first, second, or even third. If it isn't already painfully obvious, we're talking about website speed. In this video, we will be finding out how to increase the loading speed of your mobile website. Having a fast site doesn't only improve conversion rates, it decreases the likelihood of visitors fleeing the scene before they even get a chance to view any content at all. In other words, it reduces the bounce rate. And how does it do this? When people search for your website via a search engine, where your site ranks and the search result determines how many people will even find you to begin with. This ranking can be improved via a process known as search engine optimization. The webmaster has a huge bag of tricks that they use to achieve optimization. If done right, Google will look at the website, see that it ticks a bunch of boxes, and place the website in question higher in search results. One item in that bag of tricks: speed optimization. As internet users, we are all spoiled. We hate waiting more than a few seconds for a website to load. We have such an aversion to it, 53% of us will simply give up and leave if loading time exceeds 3 seconds. This has been shown via surveys and studies, and the percentage goes up significantly every second above those original 3. If the site takes 10 seconds to load, the bounce rate will go up all the way to 123%. Seeing as the average loading time for mobile websites is 15 seconds, if you can shave any time off your own site's loading time, you are already giving yourself an advantage. But if you really want to be a competitor, getting it below 3 seconds is required. How can this be done? Let's find out. 1. Minimize page weight. Making the pages of your website lighter basically means reducing the size of the page's files. There are numerous ways to achieve this goal. Combine files. When one of the pages of your website loads, it is making HTTP requests. The more of these requests it makes, the longer the loading time will be. You can reduce the amount of these requests being made by combining some of the files. We are talking about the CSS, HTML, and JavaScript files here. If there is more than one CSS file, merge them, and do the same thing for the others as well. Minify files. The term minifile simply means to go through a file's code and delete redundant and unneeded mess. This includes unnecessary line breaks, spaces, indentation, characters, and basically anything that isn't needed in order for the file to run properly. Reduce image file sizes. The files on website pages that take the most time to load up are the image files. Making them lighter in weight is as easy as compressing them. There are image optimization plugins that do this for you with no loss in image quality. 2. Decrease the amount of requests. Each request your site has to make will extend the amount of time it takes to load. Here are the methods used to fix this. Have less page redirects. When a landing page redirects a user to a different page, it is often because pages have been deleted or moved. Instead of having a broken link, there is an instruction to redirect the user to a different page. The problem is that each redirect adds a tiny fraction of the second to the loading time. What better reason for having as small of a number of them as you can? Prioritize above the fold content. If you can code your website's pages so that they load in small amounts of content first, the user will be able to see your page is fully loaded before it actually is. While they begin reading or looking at images, the rest of the page can still be loading, and the user will be none the wiser. WordPress has a variety of plugins that allow you to use this method. Use browser caching. Instead of a visitor to your site having to wait for it to fully download every time they come to your website, you can enable browser caching. It will make a copy of the website's files and store them on the device being used to access the site. Next time they visit, a lot of the site will already be on the phone, making loading time faster. Instead of using images, use SVGs, scalable vector graphics. SVGs differ from JPEG and PNG images in that they have infinite resolution. They achieve this by being made up of math equations rather than pixels. If there is no need for a transparency on the image, or the image is very detailed, JPEGs or PNGs are the best option. But for simple flat images with transparencies, an SVG file will be smaller. How does it reduce HTTP requests? They can be embedded into your HTML, while images of the pixel formats will need to be referenced externally. 3. Load your CSS and JavaScript files using asynchronous loading. This is a great way to optimize the actual way that your website's pages are loading. When a page is loading using asynchronous scripts, it ensures that the user sees the page's content as quickly as possible. It allows this to happen by keeping the loading of the page separate from the loading of the scripts in question. In other words, the page doesn't need the CSS and JavaScript to complete loading before the content is visible. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this, feel free to hit like and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click the bell button.